Let's get casted. So I've got the Huffaker brothers here. I got Eric and Kyle. Eric's in the middle. Kyle's over here.
Hey, what up?
Kyle's little brother and Eric's big brother. And they both have another big brother that I'm familiar with too. He's Kirk, and he's awesome, and he's dentisting somewhere, right? Where's he at nowadays?
Kirk is in upstate New York. Is an endodontist.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little bit cooler than a real dentist, you know.
This is true. I mean, he's kind of he's a driller.
Yep, he drills.
That's the way to do it right there. Money for nothing, chicks for free. Right?
He's a driller, huh? Yeah, there you go.
It works out that way.
That's all he does is drill.
Okay, we're going down that road already. So we grew up together, so full disclosure.
Right on.
People out there are going to know that we kind of have a similar vibe. We're all Mesa High Jackrabbits and grew up in the same neighborhood that Eric still currently occupies.
I think we go back even further. I think I was at Taylor Junior High with you.
Brother, we were at Johnson Junior High together.
Fair.
Man.
We did go back.
And I mean, if you went to Irving before Johnson started, we went there together too.
That's true.
So we were Caballeros, then Jayhawks.
The Trojans.
Then the Trojans, right? Yeah. They needed a new mascot. But anyway, and then Jackrabbits. What a great mascot that is. I mean, it's really threatening.
Yeah, isn't their motto like "Fear the ears" or something like that now?
They have a fear the ears.
It doesn't make much sense, but I saw it on a T-shirt. Fear the ears.
That's
because
awesome.
they can't say the spear. That's what Westwood does.
Fear the ears.
Son of a. Remember back when we Remember when we were like
maybe they're making fun of Westwood.
They might be.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to copy ASU. Fear the fork.
Okay.
Fear the ears. That's weird. Okay. So when we were in high school, though, and Kyle, you probably remember this too, we had like some artistic folks in our grade, I think.
Yeah.
And we had this like jacked jackrabbit, like muscles all over the place, and made a jackrabbit look kind of cool. And it like had a little cow, because back then we were in, competition with the Toros. And do you remember those shirts? Like for a minute, we seemed cool for a second.
I don't remember. Did Andy draw that? He might have.
No, Andy was gone at this point. See, we had to export Andy just to, give the Toros a shot. So, but no, I don't remember who drew it, though. I don't know.
I do remember it, though.
Yeah, we had some cool merch back before they called merch.
I mean, we had to make purple and gold look good.
I know. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. So we grew up, same neighborhood. We cannot divulge how exactly we find ourselves here, free people. We did some things at the Mesa? What was it? Right down the street from you guys, Eric. He's a really nice kid. No, that's Jason.
Yeah.
No, we were really kind of hard on this kid. We did some work on their chimney one night, real late at night. Remember that? I don't know, but anyway, we probably wouldn't fit well in
like
today's.
You're doing brickwork?
Yeah, we're doing a little brick work. We're doing some
masons.
Right, we were masons, doing some mason work late at night.
What was work on the chimney though? What is that?
It was a problem. The chimney was no longer after we were done.
JT?
Yeah.
You thinking JT?
No, I'm not thinking that.
I don't remember.
Was he a twin brother?
No. He might have had a sister though. Anyway, we picked on a couple of families in that neighborhood, and we were probably not that great to them. But beyond that, we were pretty cool to each other.
We're Gen Xers, so we grew up in the 90s. Like,
there was no
you get
helmets.
home from school, and it's like you just leave.
Yeah.
And you don't come back.
You weren't allowed in the house. I mean, it's kind of a different...
And you didn't really want to be there anyway.
Yeah.
What if
you're there, you're doing chores. So
right.
It's like,
what if Dad came home and be like, I'm out?
You were there, but when you heard the keys of the Ford truck coming,
right?
No, it was out the window or out the back door.
Oh yeah.
And you're hopping that fence, and I can't even. So my youngest is 12, and he's trying to hop the fence the other day to grab a basketball that went over. Dude couldn't get over the fence.
That's sad.
And I'm like, you're gonna get that ball. I'm gonna sit here until you get over that fence and get that ball. I was like almost to tears, just out of sadness.
Yeah, because we had it down to like one fluid movement.
Yeah.
Jump, push.
The feet didn't hit anything but one side to the other. without a
It
problem.
was so natural.
It was.
Fluid and natural. It was literally. And remember sometimes where you got caught behind like a 10-footer
Oh yeah.
or like an 8-foot fence?
Yeah.
And you thought, uh-oh, but somehow.
You just made it.
Just ran
Just-
up that sucker.
Yeah.
You just kind of just skim that top. I mean, remember when they had the 3-inch, like little brick fences? They were like 3 inches, the really thin ones.
Ooh, and those were scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they would start to wobble.
They would wobble on you when you're going over them, right? I could full sprint barefoot on those things, no problem. Jump from that to another one, no big deal. My kid can't even hop a fence, a 6-footer, that has a little stone veneer on it, mind you, too. It was really sad. Anyway, yeah, I waited a while for him to, Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me come back from the other side? No. I could not believe what oh boy. So that brings me to we're raising kids, and I don't know, I got a 4 or 5-year-old. He's 20 some odd now. He's hanging out in Virginia for a while. And I hear for the first time that I need to drop him off at this particular address for a play date. And I'm like, what is this play date thing in which you talk about? What is this play date? We get to schedule our children to play with other children now, and we vet the background of whomever they're going to. I mean, that's the world we live in now. And the world we grew up in, as you guys just perfectly described, was wide open doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were never locked, were they?
No.
No.
Wide open doors. I mean, you'd walk into my place, I could walk into your place. I mean, it was basically, hey, where's,
And we did.
Right.
When you and family would go on vacation, we would go to your
Yeah, right.
house.
That was, well, we did do that.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that.
Oh, we did do that, and we knew whose house to go to.
Yeah.
It wasn't everybody's. It was only those that had the good snacks
That's right.
and a swim pool. Because remember, there's like 1 or 2 swim pools around back then.
And normally you jump the fence to get there.
Right? And we jumped a fence to get in the pool. No floaties. Gonna find out.
No.
So I'm just wondering how we all made it, but we did some way, somehow. I guess the verdict's still out, but you guys intrigue me because I called Eric a while back, and Eric does mortgages.
Correct.
And what state your purpose? What do you do? Where do you work at?
So I'm a residential loan officer. I work for Bell Bank Mortgage. Great company, great bank, by the way. If you want to get away from the big mega banks, you want like a good dose of family, Christian valued bank, Bell Bank.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, and I remember how pumped you were when you moved over to there.
Yeah.
Because you really liked the mortgage industry. You always did, but you really liked what they were about.
Yeah, it's a great place to work. They have their motto is happy employees, happy customers. And so, they just bring that core value and vibe to the workplace, which is like, we're all family here. Let's help each other out. And
Yeah,
it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, you've been
Every
there
day
a
I go
while
into the
now.
office. Yeah, I don't plan on ever leaving at this point.
Yeah, you've been there a while.
But-
And Kyle, he's the entrepreneur of the bunch too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this dude started an electrician, and you've been doing that a long time.
Yeah, since I was 22.
So you've been
Sad, isn't it? But yeah.
you've been at it
Yeah.
for a stretch.
Did my time, worked, it's all there. I mean, I was one of those guys that just started in the trades and will probably end in the trades.
End in the trades, yeah. So, and you've been through the ups and the downs. I mean, you've been through the ugly times. You've been through some good times.
Been through 2007 and 8, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a pretty bloody time right there.
Yeah, it was rough. That's actually right when I started my business. So, let's see, it was 99 or 2000. I started doing electrical, and then anyways, I can't remember the dates, but yeah, I remember starting and it was really good, and then it just took a dump, and so.
Yeah, and you muscled through that.
Oh yeah, you just hunker down and
Yeah.
grind.
I love it. I love it. And on the side, you guys got a band, and I've known about this band. It's just not forefront of my mind all the time. So I call Eric because I want some type of, because we're the Arizona firm, so I've been doing the law thing for a long time too. So we're all getting up there in age. So whatever we've done, we've probably done for a minute. And so the Arizona firm, I'm thinking I need an Arizona kind of themed song. So I call Eric, and Eric goes, dude, just go on Apple Music and put in Arizona Screaming. And I did. And I'm like, these guys are awesome. And then I hear my kids listening to it. And I'm hearing like it's spreading, throughout the household. And I'm like, I love that these guys do the mortgages, crank out electrical work, out there, working, raising a family, good in the community. And we'll get into the awesome activities you guys do outside of all of these things. Then you hang out and jam and write music and make music. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So I started studying your music. I really wanted to get you guys in here because I kind of like your vibe. That's a new word nowadays for me, vibe. I guess that's a new word.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
Vibe. Cool. Anyway, I like that you guys sing about like the dead sailor. Don't want to be another dead sailor. I like that there's a point. There's like an underflow. There's an undercurrent to, we haven't changed, but everything around us has. And that feels like the end. Was that about kind of accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Of the song, you mean?
Yeah.
Mainly, most of your songs kind of feel like that's the vibe of your...
That's the vibe we were going for. We wanted to share a message.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Sailor's just about overcoming life and everything that gets thrown at you, because it's a bunch of stuff, man.
Right. I mean, you've got 4 kids.
5.
74 kids.
Yeah.
74.
5 that you know
have 4
of.
kids.
You have
I've got
4.
5.
All right. I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
All right. So between the two of you, it's 9 souls.
Yeah.
All right, on board.
That's awesome.
And so obviously stuff gets thrown at you with that. You're both married. Stuff gets thrown at you with that. That's not, always an easy feat, but you've been married a long period of time, both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been married 25 years.
That's a quarter century,
My
man.
poor wife.
I know you too well. I kind of think
Yeah.
she scored.
Yeah.
You're like one of the few dudes I could say
Can
that
you
with.
tell her that? Can
Yeah,
you?
I could
Maybe
text
we
her.
could call her now.
Good.
I'm just
Get her on the phone. Bailey, you think we can get this old lady on the phone?
Nah.
She scored. If she watches this, she'll
Yeah, for
know
the
that.
record, she scored.
Yeah,
She'll
she
listen
scored.
to it later. I scored.
There's
I
no
scored
question.
big time.
I'm
I
good
married
for it.
up big time, so I got lucky there.
So
Sure we
25 years. How old's your oldest?
He is 20. He's currently in Ecuador.
Okay.
He's serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh,
So
and my son, Reed, is in Virginia doing the same thing.
awesome.
And so that is cool. So we both got 20-year-olds. That's our oldest. You beat us both, and you're younger than us both.
Yeah, I got a 25-year-old.
He's about to be a grandpa soon.
Oh.
I mean, not yet, but
Yeah,
it
it's
could happen
coming.
any
It's
day.
coming. He's been married 2 years.
You're
He's-
making it look
he's getting
good,
busy,
Kyle.
so,
You're
yeah.
making it look good. You make everything look good. Why does Kyle's always kind
Kyle's just cool, man. It's
good.
yeah.
Oh, right on,
He's just cool.
I also got a daughter who's 19.
Okay.
She's on a mission.
Oh, awesome. Where's she at?
She's in Oregon.
All right.
So, and she's coming home in 10 months. We're stoked. She's having a good time.
Good.
And I got all the little guys. I got a 6. He's turning 16 this month. He's gonna start driving.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry.
And now we're both we're all like, oh no.
I know he's crashing too. Like,
Right.
I'm just saying bye to the car right now.
Right.
It's over.
Is it like a 1978 like Datsun? No, that would be sad to
It's a
lose that.
2012 Scion.
Okay, that's fair.
That's not.
It's
I
done
mean,
good.
It's done good.
It's
No, he has a really good car. That's a pretty good car.
That's a great
car.
rig.
It's a great
I mean, the car we had in high school was like
chop top Mustang.
that we got. I don't even know we don't know where the car came from. My dad didn't buy it. He didn't know where it came from.
It just appeared.
Yeah.
It appeared to me.
We had a friend who chopped the top off, and so it was a permanent.
No,
I mean,
I-
you can't call it a convertible. It's
I
chopped up.
actually
Yeah.
remember the car.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
It was legendary.
It was
And
legendary.
girls did want to ride in it, so it wasn't the worst car to have.
No, it was a good car. I mean,
It
it
might have been
did,
the only convertible at Mesa High.
If,
That
yeah,
when it rained, he
went with it.
went with yeah.
We just opened the doors. Yeah, whatever. Just went with it.
That and an old construction truck that was on one leg. Those are the cars, and those are great cars too.
Those are good. See, if a car has like a story behind it or a name.
Yeah, it was called the Moose.
Right.
The chop top Mustang. We called it the Moose, but that was because the tang had fallen off. So it was no longer a Mustang. It was just the Moose.
Right. Just the MUS.
And everyone knew it was the Moose.
Right.
They're like, that's the Moose.
And that's why Dave still calls his Mustangs Mooses.
Yeah,
Mises.
that's fair. He does.
I think he might have drove it for a while.
He probably
sure he
did,
drove
whether
it.
you knew it or not.
Yeah.
Whether you knew it or not. We were all trying to get into his 510.
Oh,
That was a sweet Datsun.
yeah. I mean, what a cool dude. I was a sophomore. We were sophomores,
Yeah.
and he would take us everywhere.
Right. We'd all climb
And he
in.
didn't have to. We were,
Yeah, we were beggars.
we were beggars.
Yeah, because we couldn't drive yet.
Uh-huh.
Right. So we'd climb all up into that 510, that Datsun
Yeah.
510. And he was totally cool. And so your older brother.
Yeah, they were cool guys.
They were
I don't know
cool.
if we would have had the same.
No, like
you
I
know.
was a sophomore. He was graduated. He still picked me up for A hour.
Dang.
That's cool.
I don't even know how that happened.
I'm
I just
wondering
remember
how
he
that
didn't-
happened
'cause
too.
He didn't have a horn. He would turn up the stereo,
Yeah.
and you felt the windows on your house
Right.
panel. You go, Dave's waiting for me.
Right. Because he's got home speakers in that
yeah,
thing.
then he built himself.
Right.
For sure.
He installed those, drilled those into the car.
Yeah.
We sat on them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, on our way to wherever we could afford, which was
That's
very
why it
little.
turned out so good. It was the vibrations in the bass.
It's
Good vibes.
vibrations.
We're back to the vibes again.
It all started.
So, yeah, so let's go back to that undercurrent. I do like that. Life is hard, and a lot of things get thrown, and you got to deal. And you guys choose to sing, write songs, perform them. You've got a couple of videos out there. So what we're going to do, I think, Bailey, after we pod with these guys, is I'd like to post some of their stuff on our channel, if that's okay with
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys. Because
Yeah.
yeah, because I dig your guys' stuff, and plus it's Fourbanger, which is a cool name, and it's great music. I mean, it's awesome, but I love that undercurrent of this is hard stuff that we're all going through, and you're not complaining about it.
No, I think.
You're not complaining about it. In your music, you're like,
complaining
we're
does
rolling.
what? To
Right.
who, what does complaining even do, really?
That's true. No.
It doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess especially with Dead Sailor, I guess the whole undertone is like you can choose to love the suck,
Right.
and after a while, it doesn't suck. It's just what it is.
It just is what it is.
And then it turns good.
Right.
It's good stuff.
Right. That's what really took me about that song is it kind of goes, this sucks. I mean, at some point pretty early on, this is sucky. Somehow they got some sort of, what's the lyric on that? They found, even though the anxieties and the stress, they found that courage they didn't know they had or had lost or something like that. They didn't know they had, and they kept going. Something like that. It was really like, ooh.
Yeah, I remember writing the lyrics to that jam. We were.
Yeah, I'd never used the word anxiety in a song. And I was
Right.
like, that sounds cool. Beer and anxiety. I was like, wow, anxiety. You can put it in a song. It was great.
And it was
Right.
starting to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then it became a thing later.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I mean, our kids, when we wrote that was like, what, 6 years ago?
Yeah, that song has the kind of like the hook on I think it's actually the part right before the chorus, like, I don't want to be just another dead sailor.
Right.
That whole like chanty thing has been stuck in my head since like 2007.
Got it.
But we finally wrote a song around it and got a good chorus and put it on, in around 2016, I think. And but literally that dumb tune has been floating around up there for that long.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that was kind of the whole point of the song is that, it's going to be hard, but what are you going to do about it?
You don't want to be a dead sailor.
Yeah, do you want to just die and give up?
Right.
So,
Just waiting around to die? No, I don't want to be another dead sailor.
And that's kind of the theme behind our band too. We've been doing this since, when did we even start playing? 99. And so we had a hiatus there for 10 to 12 years, but
You guys are kind of busy fellas.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we
kinda
had to
have-
raise some kids and pay some mortgages and
right, and make some mortgages.
Yeah.
And,
So
We had to make some money, let's be honest.
yeah.
You can only do it so long, and then it's like,
if you're not paying the
you
bills,
get it.
Well, we were talking earlier. It's not like you guys don't have a design to your widgetry here. Okay, so the wizardry that I'm picking up on, Kyle let it out the bag just
All right, yeah,
because
good.
Eric was late. I mean, it just so happens. He said you're always late.
I am always late.
And apparently, now that you're in the same ward, he said that you're always late to church too.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying,
He starts
I only know he's
shrugging.
late because we were throwing at the same time.
He's like shrugging off now. Or they're both hopping the fence. So, okay.
Hey, he's late and he lives 100 feet from the church.
It's true. I have no excuse.
Neither does she.
Yeah.
She's late pretty much
You know
every
what?
week. We walk to church. She doesn't. She has the
You know
fancy
what?
shoes.
Yeah. When people are late, that just means they're just vibing.
It's all good. They're there. They're vibing, right?
Hey,
They're
you know,
vibing.
everyone has their strengths.
It's true.
Promptness is not one of mine, and it never has been. So
And if he does,
it's something I can work on.
he'll ruin his energy.
Yeah.
He starts showing up on time, his personality might change.
That's true. And we can't have that.
We
We can't have
We
that.
don't want this.
We can't have
You just
that.
let it go. Let him flow.
Yeah.
I like what you were saying. It's like there's 5 year. There's a 5 year. For musicians, there's like this 5 year of if you make it big, you make it big for 5 years, and then you're either dead or dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what it is like you got 3 years in high school, and then 2 years of still, and then all of a sudden you got to hunker. Most people hunker down after that.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so I think your fan base. I don't know the statistics or anything, but it looks like most bands have a good 5 year run, and then they just kind of
Peter off.
yeah, if someone dies or they
Right.
break up or someone goes
Rehab gets in the way. Right. Kind of multiple times.
We got a
depending.
20-year run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Respectable right there.
Yeah, I think we put kind of fake ceilings on stuff like that sometimes, like
Yeah.
for some reason we think we have to make it within a certain time.
Yeah.
But really, in life, it's only over when you give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So you guys keep throwing your music down.
we just keep making it,
Yeah, you keep throwing your music down, having fun doing it,
Yep.
raising your kids, taking your wife on dates on the weekends. You better probably because
Oh, no.
you overmarried. You got to keep on keeping on
sure.
there.
Yeah.
And I guarantee your money back you did too. So,
Big time.
yeah. Well, you don't look that good if you didn't overmarry. Let's just be honest.
What do you mean? Talk to me.
You're coming in pretty svelte. You're coming in built well.
I just hiked the Grand Canyon. I might have lost like 7 pounds. That's
Right?
probably what it
He
is.
just hiked the
He just
Grand
hiked
Canyon.
the
He just
Grand
hiked it,
Canyon,
right? He just threw that. Is that going to be the?
Do
He-
you
that's
know
gonna be
how
the-
hard that is? Have you done it?
No,
Is that gonna-
well, we know it's hard enough
Some
that we can't do
people-
it.
Some people almost died.
Well-
You're literally walking by people and they're like looking at you like, say hi to my mom. Like, here's a letter for me, man. Here, give this to my dad.
Can you give this phone that has a text on it for my neck? 'Cause now it's not going to have a pencil or paper. I'm not joking around. I just hike. That's the next title.
Yeah.
You're going to drop that next. You just hike the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was a rough ride. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Rough ride. You had the donkey, or did you hike it?
Oh no, it was donkey.
Yeah.
No, it was rough. It was a one day, 24 miles or something like that, straight down and straight out.
Was this Havasu pie?
No,
Was this
deeper
Havasu
than
pie?
that.
It was deeper
This
than
is a
that.
deep one.
That's a deep one.
Yeah,
You went deep, Canyon.
I went super deep. No, I was joking.
Loving that. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
so I'm starting to walk again.
All right,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
You barely got back on your feet.
Yeah, what is it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Thursday? Yeah, I couldn't
You're
walk
sore?
I couldn't walk Sunday or Monday,
Oh, I
so
bet.
it was good.
That was great. I just hiked the Grand Canyon. Just right dropped 7 pounds. That was good. But anyway,
You were saying, sorry.
yeah. You were telling us before this thing began, like the 5 year thing, and then the phase out, the burnout, and I like that. Yeah, life's gonna life. Like what you were saying, and there is no destination. There is just going.
Like, we have always loved making the music.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, there was a time where financially we couldn't.
Right.
So, not a lot of music got made. But,
A lot of acoustic music got
a lot of
made.
acoustic music got made. But, we got a little bit older, saved a little more money, went to the studio, and we're like, this is way too cool to stop doing. And so, here we are.
And that's why I wanted you guys here, because that is the coolest dang gum thing. I have a bone to pick with you too, though.
Okay.
So, I'm in college. You know this. You are too at the time, I think. or you're working. I don't know. You live downtown Mesa, you have that little workshop in your backyard.
Oh yeah, the old house out there, Bon Dobson.
Yeah, I hooked up with you a few times for a few projects, but I was really disappointed in the $300 mountain bike that you made for me. Okay, so I'm on a budget, as you can hear. I spent 300 bones, which to me was more money than probably the car I was driving at the time.
Do you know how much they go for now?
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
I don't even remember this, Dana.
You need a
but,
mortgage.
I can.
You
I
need
can,
him.
You need a mortgage to get the
get
mountain
a
I
bike.
can hook you
bike.
up with a better bike.
No.
I'll make it better.
I'm going somewhere different
Okay.
than you're thinking.
All right.
So I get this feather light, medium, which is about probably the size I need, and Eric just hands it on over. I give him $300, and it's a hardtail. Well, he's thinking I can ride like him. In his mind, I know this. I can't. I've never been mountain biking a day in my life, and I'm up at the top of Hawes, which is not exactly Puckerville, but it can get a little hairy.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
It was a rough ride.
And I was on a hardtail, and you actually have to know what you're doing.
Oh yeah. Did you eat it?
So, bad.
Did I take you down that trail?
No.
Okay.
It would have been nice if you would have been there, because you
No,
know,
you would have got hurt way worse. Let me just tell you.
Don't follow Eric
Don't
yet.
follow Eric
That's
down
true.
negative. Like,
It's-
follow me, guys.
That's actually
and you'll
really good
listen.
advice. Don't follow me.
No, I know you're psycho. I know you're good at this stuff. And you're good too. So either one of you would have killed me. It didn't matter which one. Don't follow either one of you. So anyway, that bike got me through law school. So I do appreciate it. And it was solid, but it was above my pay grade. So when I finally got something with some suspension a few years after I'd been lawyering and thinking, all right, you know what? I think I can spend a few grand.
Yeah.
A few grand.
Oh yeah. Well, the squish is worth it. We call
So
it the squish.
Right, the squish. And I was like, holy crap, I can ride now. Like all of those
Yeah.
almost near death experiences have brought me to where I was adequate. I'm not in your guys' category, nowhere near it, but okay. Like I could hang behind and watch you guys do your fun stuff and at least be in eyesight-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's
That's
go for a
fun, too.
ride.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm a little bit nervous to go for a ride.
No,
with
it
you
will.
guys. I should be, right.
I'm
right.
just joking.
A little bit nervous. The last time we rode was motorcycle. So that same place,
Yes.
I brought my. Did you do my 450s too? I don't know if you did my 450s.
I
think
remember building some wheels for your
my Kawi.
KX250.
Yeah. That's when I lost a ton of weight and the 450s were pulling my arms off. I'm like, holy crap. So I went to the 250. Great bike.
Great bike.
It was a great bike. And you guys probably put that thing together 57 times over. I was really picky. That thing was awesome when you were done with it.
He
We
built
did-
you a dirt bike?
No, I built him some wheels and did a clutch, I think, and
Clutch and rev limiter, and you did
but a few things.
the pipe, and
He's built a lot of people bikes though.
yeah.
Yeah.
At one time he had like 10.
I do love dirt bikes. It's
It was so cool just to
one
go
of my-
hang with him in his little shop there. It just seemed like he was like a little cobbler going, and then, in the meantime, he somehow squeezed it in doing music with you and squeezing in raising a bunch of kids and squeezing in making a wife happy and squeezing in doing mortgages.
I think the music and the dirt bikes and the mountain bikes they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're doing something as cool as most people have never ridden a dirt bike, so
Right.
there's an adrenaline rush.
You can't explain it.
No, and there's always a theme song. You know there is.
Yep.
Like you don't just watch a dirt bike video without music.
Right. You can't.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't
it's part of
seem
life,
right.
yeah.
Right. So I love that culture grind that you get there when you get there, but you live along the way. That seems to be the common theme, and I just was excited to have you guys here. Throw up some of your music on the YouTube station I got going on, and talk to you about how and what would you tell folks out there, because most people that we have in here, and you meet consumers all day long. I mean, folks that are, in your profession and yours, that have their needs and have their expectations, and they have all this stuff. I have some of that kind of crap too going on over here. We have folks coming in the firm all the time that are in deep. You know, they've made some pretty bad life choices and things of that nature. I don't know if they could draw time back the way we just did, back to hopping fences, back to doing this, back to doing that, back to, I don't think they have that anymore. Many of the folks that I get to see. Yeah. And I almost feel bad for them because there's a culture missing. There's like this culture was just taken out, and like this kind of, I'd say just kind of a lazy, I don't want to say lazy. I don't really feel like they fall there. I just feel like there is a purposeless. They don't have a purpose. There's no real, they're just fish swimming to the fishing ground.
Just wandering.
Yeah, they're just the next dead sailor. So.
That's good.
That was a nice line.
Damn.
Do you want to write some lyrics for us?
Hey, can we?
I just want to come hang out, man.
All right.
I'll add a maybe something, maybe not. It'd be cool. Yeah. And so I end up telling them some of the things that you guys have just said naturally, just right off the top of your head. We'll end up advising them like, look, you're going to have to, there's a few simple things you're going to have to do. Number one, you're going to have to get active. You're going to have to get up and get after it each day. You're going to have to keep your hands busy. Change your friends. Like the hardest thing you're ever going to quit is your friends. Change your friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel, as I've looked back on my life, and it's had some turbulence, as we all have, but kept cranking along. I've never had a lack of that backbone, that growth that we all experienced inadvertently growing up. I had great friends and great culture all around. Like there's not too much of a difference. I mean, you guys are talented in your music and your mountain biking and motocross and all the cool things. You guys have your talents. We have a bucket load of other friends in common that have other talents as well. Yeah. They're all rocking and rolling, doing their thing. Sloppy, we talked about him earlier, that rev up to pick you up at A hour. I mean, he's probably racing a car right about now somewhere. Yeah. And he's a really talented cusser too.
Those words, yeah.
He's a wordsmith.
He is
a wordsmith.
Wordsmith, yeah.
He taught me so many good words.
He can somehow insult you and make you feel good about yourself. How many people can do that?
He's the only one I know.
Yeah, like it's like you're like, man, thank you.
You don't
so
want to say
much.
thank you.
I can't believe you just called me that. You're so creative.
He's got some skill, huh?
Yeah, no, he's really good with the words.
Yeah. Wordsmith. Boy, he better watch this one. That'll be awesome. So so these folks don't have that, and so I'm kind of trying to get a dialogue going out there in the stratosphere, or wherever this thing goes, about how important culture is for our kids, for us to continue to kind of do what you guys are naturally doing because you like doing it. Yeah. And you find value in it. Like, you've got a message to your stuff. And to me, that's what lacks oftentimes. And when these lost folks make some decisions, what I'm trying to do is help these sailors get found. And you guys wrote that song. You know, keep going, keep it up. And not a lot of people could, you know, they hear that cool song, but not a lot of people see the eyes behind it. You know, the electrician, you know, not just an electrician, you own a company, you do a lot of electrical work all over the state. And you're the major purchase of any individual that's normal anyway, their biggest purchase is going to be their home. And you're helping folks get into that. So behind this sailor that's, you know, moving forward and deciding to move forward and making that decision to move forward, that really attracts me, that message, to get it out there to where folks can start going, I'm going to lift where I stand.
Yeah.
I'm going to be over here. I'm going to leave this room better than I found it. I'm going to leave this room better than I found it. It doesn't have to be, I mean, I can't play the guitar. Maybe a harmonica, though. Should I start practicing?
Oh, we hate the harmonica,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Well, then fair enough. Tambourine?
We do love the tambourine.
That's a good for
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's good.
All right. I'll pick myself up one.
All right.
They're actually hard to play.
Oh.
You think they're easy.
Can I just carry the instruments?
I think we spent more time on the tambourine and trying to get it perfectly. No. It's like you're playing the drums with it. You don't just shake it.
There's
a wrist flick and a tap. You got to be on key. It'll throw the whole drums off. It'll be a nightmare.
Don't discourage him.
I'm just gonna.
I think he should get a tambourine.
No,
I think you start practicing.
Yeah.
You know,
2 days.
You're good with your wrist, I'm sure. You could,
Don't lead me on, man.
Okay.
Yes, I am good with my wrist, though. We grew up in the same culture. Come on.
That was part of the culture. Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. Anywho.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Right. As obviously you don't know.
But you were saying something deep.
Yeah. No. It's that culture that kind of seems to be. We think we lack. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say every day, day in, day out, we're exposed to a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Okay, in whatever we're doing, we're exposed to a lot of different folks. I don't feel that divided at the Quick Trip this morning.
No.
I didn't feel divided from the person checking me out or the people in there with me. Or it didn't feel divided in the Costco earlier this week or Walmart or wherever. I don't feel like there's this great division regardless of your skin color or what language you're speaking or anything like that. I don't feel like that. But you watch a spot of news and you feel like
You're told that, though, aren't you?
we're going to hell in a handbasket and everybody hates everybody. Like, I don't really love a lot of the stuff that's going on that way. That information, poisoned information that keeps coming out the airwaves out there. So I'm kind of trying to counter that and go, look at these two dudes. And, you probably didn't wake up this morning thinking you're doing anything heroic. But in my opinion, you're great. You're like great examples of who I'd want to be my neighbor, who I'd want.
We are good neighbors.
Yeah, we're pretty good neighbors. I talked my neighbor into joining our band.
He's the bass player now.
He's the bass player.
See what happens when you're our neighbor?
Yeah.
You just join the band.
I can't even get a tambourine spot.
You gotta be the neighbor.
Look, I just want to sit down and maybe you take one of my lines and put it in somewhere, and I'd be happy. As long as I get your guys' harmony on that, because you guys have a cool blend.
Thank you.
Together.
Yeah, thanks.
No, that's really cool. It's really good. So I just waking up this morning, you didn't know how I was looking at you.
No.
We
but
didn't.
I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that's going, you know what? Normal people doing extraordinary things, in my opinion, continuously and habitually makes for a pretty good life.
Yeah.
And the ducats, the money, the fame, whatever else might have come or might still come, who cares? You're having a good time along the way.
Yeah, I think it was Dave Grohl said that if you don't love music enough to do it
For free.
you
Shouldn't be doing
it.
Well, he was kind of famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
A little bit on the famous side, but he's probably got a point.
That's kind of like our gig.
Yeah, I always felt like, and this maybe isn't representative of what the band feels, but I always felt like, if even just a few people jam out to our songs and it makes their day better, for even if it's 2-3 minutes, dude, it was worth it to make that song.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, of course, we're going to keep making them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you've got to, because I'm kind of sunk now, and it helps. I woke up to it this morning, and as Paige, she was, exposed to a few of your songs, and like, hey, check this one out. And
Well, just so you know, we're writing a whole new album as we speak.
yeah.
We have about 10 jams. We're going for 20.
going for 20 on one album?
We wanted to do a 20-year reunion album of 20 songs, but then COVID hit. So I'm 22, 3, 4 now. But yeah, that's what we're working on right
We
now.
might have to do
22,
25
3.
songs.
I love Kyle. 22, 3, 4 now. Snap. Hey, maybe I can help with the songwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't do a thing about the music part of things. Not even the tambourine.
Well,
You can do it.
He can sing.
Anyway, who's the peanut gallery? Anybody? She's cute though.
Bring me in.
Hey, yeah, you seriously.
She's cute. I overshot my. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't gonna finish that badly, so I
Yeah,
decided to
good
scrap
Good-
it. You
good
saw
save,
where I was
good
going.
save.
I saw you
Keep
catch
going.
it.
You
Yeah.
saw
Keep
where I was going. You saw the catch in your eyes. Like, hold on.
You know, you're a good old married guy when you can catch yourself. It's perfect.
You know, you catch yourself right before sudden death.
Yes.
Perfect. Anyway, but I just really wanted to get that out there that the folks don't have to be. I mean, it could be a bowling league. It could be, something that you're doing with your kids, hiking the Grand Bloody Canyon. I just hiked the Grand Canyon. Getting out, getting after it. Really, just recognizing our culture more than anything else and bringing it back. Because I feel like we're knocking on the door of old school becoming new school again.
I think you're right, yeah.
I feel like that push right now. Old school's you guys can write that song. Old school's becoming new school again.
I
Old
actually
school's
like
is-
that quite a bit.
Old school's the new school. I don't know. We'll have to tweak with that a little bit, but it's good vibe, eh? I like it. So anyway, you got folks in here that would only dream to be able to be in your office trying to get a mortgage.
yeah.
They're having a hard enough time getting
It's
up
tough
and-
right now.
Right, they're
Affordability
having-
is at an all-time low, but
Yeah,
um,
you'll get through it though. You've
Yeah,
gotten
no,
through some
everything-
rough goes
yeah.
before.
it'll get better. It'll change.
Yeah,
One of those two things will happen.
both probably.
Yep.
And then it will get bad again.
Yep.
Yeah, you've had to
It's a cycle. It
You've had to
keeps
dog
going.
paddle through the waves like, the construction industry, up and down. You talk to any salty construction guy, I mean, I could answer this question for you.
Yeah.
They prefer not the booms and not the down. They're just normal run of the mill,
Yeah, the stress level is just great. The ups are just absolutely, they're horrible.
right?
And more people lose money in the ups than the downs
Isn't that interesting?
because they just spread themselves thin and they're just running around with their head cut off.
Well, it's a good thing that you came in today because I need an electrician because my house is wired particularly screwy. And I hope the builder of said home is watching this right now, John Sherwood. And
Name drop.
I love that dude. I love that dude. But you have to have some sort of like compass to figure out why there are 18 different switches on this wall that go to what?
I talk people out of this every time. They want to do 8. I'm like, you know what you're going to do? You're going to run your hand across them every time you want to go into the room.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. Don't you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they even go to.
You know when they turn on, though?
Well, yeah, there's a couple of them that work, and then they're in tandem with another one across the wall. It's drive. I need you.
Yeah.
I need you. I need. It's like a Rubik's cube
Yeah.
at my house with the electrical. It's a freaking Rubik's cube. Come on. No, all right, but I know that's the one for that one.
Some people label their switches
Ours are labeled. It doesn't matter.
because you can't see them anymore.
Right.
Hey,
Hey, you got my problem
there you go.
down.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are my glasses at, yo?
Okay, we could do some about electricals too. Another song about electric.
Oh no.
Now we gotta.
No, we don't.
Kyle,
We don't mix those two.
The switch.
Yeah, the music's only about.
The spark.
Ooh,
Spark's
Spark,
good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Spark's good.
I like it. The spark would be good.
Yeah, Spark sounds good.
Yeah, everyone needs a spark in life. It's kind of like
Yeah.
what you're saying.
A little jump
Something
start.
to jumpstart the day,
Right.
jumpstart the week, the year.
Yeah, so my goal is when anybody comes in here, whether they're going through a divorce, whether they're in a bad car accident, injured, or whether they're accused of something, breaking the law, they've got charges on them,
Yeah.
felony or misdemeanor. Regardless, they're not coming in here hot.
No,
They're not coming in here
they're in a
happy.
pretty down place.
Right. So my goal is to get them better than when they walk through the door the first time. That's what the Arizona Firm does. So they can end up in front of you at your mortgage company and end up needing your services Well, they're either A, building a place, or, need some service on a place. But getting down the road, and your music does that for folks too. It can inspire. It's inspired me. Arizona Screaming, I love that part where it's home. It's home. Yeah. Am I losing my mind? I don't know, but it's home. Yeah. I love that. It's like,
It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
But you know what?
We didn't even, home. Dude, Eric, we didn't even know it was hot when we were growing up.
You just go one other place and then you know.
Right. It's true.
I was told it was hot.
Right.
People moving here. I was like, huh?
What are you talking about?
Someone just told me it was a horrible summer.
Right.
It's like, what are you talking about? Every summer.
Every summer.
Wait, what's the difference between this summer?
I thought it was pretty good summer.
I thought so too. June went nice.
June was not even 100
well,
degrees.
the rain wasn't great. We didn't get very much rain. But
Well, all around us it seemed to get a lot
everywhere
of rain.
else did.
But here,
that's
true. Remember that? Oh, you were there that one day at the track. I think it was E.T., but it might have been the Bone.
I do remember that day.
Okay, you knew what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a freak of nature.
A freak of nature. It was Saturday morning, and it was like 70 degrees in July. That doesn't happen.
Told you. She thought I was lying.
I know. It was a gift from God. She just sent it down.
It was a gift from
Good
God.
riding that day.
It was good.
Well, it was good watching you guys ride. I didn't, I as long as I kept it, as long as I was able to load the bike myself at the end of
that's
the
good.
run.
That's a good goal.
That was my goal typically. I got almost average. But watching you guys was fun. Just saying. You guys, me and David just cuss. And then try something that we just saw you do. A little bit, like...
Wiggle?
Maybe, maybe a
we're
little
not good
kick.
enough to fully wiggle,
Maybe a little kick.
A little wiggle, we call it.
Little wiggle.
That was fun.
No, the fact that you were just smiling, happy to be there, that was the best part.
Yeah.
And if you needed, I broke, I ate it. And, shore off a clutch lever, and I didn't even say nothing. It was just hanging there. I didn't even say nothing. Eric's already he's got another one on there. I'm like, oh,
really?
Thanks, man. Yeah, you don't even think about it. You just walking by. Oh,
you kind of need that.
yeah. Oh, whose bike is it? You knew my bike though.
Yeah, I did.
You already dialed it in.
Wrenched down it a little bit.
Yeah. So, and I appreciated that. But that culture, let's get the word out, the music, the vibes, the fact that, man, I haven't seen you guys in years. And it feels like
Thanks, dude.
10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
We were horsing around, jumping fences without even thinking about it. And it literally doesn't feel like we haven't, we had much to catch up about. And we're totally different men and kind of not all at the same time. Yeah. And so lift where we stand, move this thing forward, keep doing what you guys are doing. I really like watching and hearing your stuff. And
Good, get ready.
yeah.
2024 is the year.
2020, 22, 23, 24.
24, yeah.
Is it going to be 24?
Is it 24?
It might be 24.
It is 24.
You're going to have 20 releases on 24 for your 20-year anniversary.
We're hoping for 20 songs.
You're shooting for 20 songs. You're only 10 shy.
We got all the kind of the demo fills of the songs. That's what we're doing right now.
But you got 10 already. That's already a stacked album. Can't you just put 10 and then square or something? And
we had a kind of little scuffle. Some of us wanted to release 3 and some of us wanted to do 10, but we might do 24 and
we might only release 1, but you get what you get, right?
Exactly.
And that one will be happy with one.
You're gonna be happy.
But you'll get something from Fourbanger in the next year, yeah.
All right, love it.
It'll be 20. I feel it.
Oh, you're pushing 20.
I hope it's 20.
20 is just so good.
But
20 feels good.
You ever get an album and there's 7 songs on it?
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Then you get one that was 18, and you're like, ooh, I worked through these.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, yeah.
It has some curb appeal. All right. So you're shooting 20 just because,
Hey, we got all the time in the world.
Right.
See, we don't got no deadlines. We're just, we have careers and stuff. So every Tuesday night, we all get together and go to town.
Is that how it works? So on Tuesday night, you guys all meet up and
usually.
and write, collaborate, and
Kyle
then
does
practice.
some Sunday night stuff on his own. He'll usually write a whole song on Sunday night and be like, "Look what I came up with, guys," and we'll be like, "Damn."
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
been. Well, shit, we don't got a lot of time.
So
I got
Sunday
Tuesday, I
nights.
got
and-
Tuesday. Well, I wake up early Sunday, like around 4:30. I sneak into the.
He's got a little home
recording
studio.
studio.
It's pretty
That's-
sweet.
And so I can get some time, and then
Awesome.
At night, yeah.
And then you just cut one, and then boom, just
Then
drop
Tuesday
it on the band.
We'll rearrange the whole thing, and
It's a very tedious
it's
process,
like,
actually.
the drummer
like,
hates it. He's like, I'll never play
yeah.
that, and then I'll go, okay, and so
Got
like,
to switch it up for him, and
he's very
some
good.
parts will just start to annoy you, and you'll be like, "We got to change that."
That just sounds like an awesome thing, but yet
So
way more work. So you better like it.
Yeah, that's kind of how we put out some stuff early on that we're like we were proud of, but like, man, we could have done it better.
Right.
And once it's on tape and out there, good luck reeling it back in and fixing it. So we're kind of like, yeah, when we going forward, let's all give it the nod before we,
You better like it.
before we release it.
We're pretty satisfied with our last album, though. We kind of, I mean, there's a
Yeah,
couple songs in there that were like, yeah, they kind of got forced, but for the majority of them, we were.
I'd say 90% of it we did pretty good.
I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. So, Fourbanger, everybody, and we're gonna have to have you guys back because it's been too fun.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Liking it.